the second pregnancy and the second labor and delivery and baby. So we went to this crazy Christmas party.
Oh my God.
I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna talk about the Christmas party because
let's not.
Fun fact though, since the Christmas party from almost a year ago, there has been, I'm gonna just estimate and say five women who had babies since then from the Christmas party. So
that was wild.
That was wild.
Casey and Tatiana know how to throw a party for sure.
Yeah, I don't.
For sure.
It wasn't one of those like swingers parties or nothing like that.
No. Right, yeah.
Everybody did their business when they got home.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, so it was a Christmas party, whatever. I found out that I was pregnant January 5th. That was 2 days after our anniversary. And right after we posted that video. And before we posted that video, when we were filming it, I'm like, I had on a crop top and I'm like, my stomach is looking a little chubby. So I remember I edited that part out of that video. And so January 5th rolls around, Kevin's at work. I had told him a few days before that, or maybe the day before or whatever, like, maybe we should get some pregnancy tests. Because at this point, I'm about 5 days late, and I really wasn't thinking about being pregnant. Like, I didn't think about it. And we were gonna try and get pregnant in February. So he gets off work, he comes home to pick me up, me and Cam, the first baby, and we're in Walmart. Everything's all good. I'm sweating, I'm hot because it's cold outside, but we up in Walmart had scarves, not scarves, but hats, gloves, coats, everything. I was hot, sweating. And we get by the pregnancy test. I think I get pads too. He like, oh, did you want to get pregnancy test? So as I'm at the aisle in front of the pregnancy test, I'm like, just out of breath, can't breathe. I'm not doing anything but walking around the store. I'm like, we don't need a pregnancy test, but yeah, let's get one. I know I'm pregnant. Because that was one of the first signs of, that was the first symptom, I guess, of my first pregnancy.
Fatigue.
First 2 pregnancies, whatever. So I'm like, we can get this pregnancy test, but we don't need it. So from that moment, I knew I was pregnant. So yeah, fast forward the whole pregnancy to labor and delivery. Or
you was pregnant the whole year.
The whole entire year. All the way up until September 10th. Okay, so the last few weeks of my pregnancy, I was just like, I had this little nerve. Like, I was kind of nervous because I'm like, I don't know where I'm gonna be. What if my water break? I think I just knew my water was gonna break this time, because with Cam, once it was time to start pushing, when I was at 9 centimeters after they set everything up, the doctor went in and broke my water bag, sack, whatever. So I'm like, I think my water's gonna break this time. You know, I'm thinking like, okay, yeah, we're not even gonna make it to 38 weeks. This baby's gonna just fall out of me. So my doctor, like I said, likes to induce at 39 weeks. I'm like, no, I just want her to come on her own, blah, blah, blah. So here we are at 39 weeks and 6 days was my doctor's appointment. Bless you. So he like, okay, if you don't have the baby on your due date, which is the 8th, it was 9/8. So yeah, it was the 8th. He said, okay, we're gonna go in the next day, 40 weeks in a day, and we're gonna induce. But come see me first. Come to the doctor's office first. I'm like, cool, got you. So the morning of, I had already had a babysitter, which was my sister. She was gonna keep the baby while I was in the hospital. My mom had already planned to come up to the hospital. You know, everything was good. We're about to get induced. We planned, we prepared.
I was already off work.
Yeah, he was off work because we was prepared. We had everything set. So I called like, okay, I'm coming in. She like, wait, don't come in. We we got 4 other people in front of you or 3 other people in front of you, so we might not even be able to get to you until tomorrow. So I'm like, that's not fair. Like, we all thirsty. I'm about to get, you know, induced had a baby. So I called my doctor. My doctor, he knows his way around this entire system. He's been at it for so long, and he know the ins and outs. He know what he's doing. He know how to maneuver. So I call him. He like, just go. Say you're having labor pains. Blah blah blah. They can't send you home or whatever. So yeah, we went to the hospital around, I want to say 11 something, going on 12. Wednesday, Thursday the night. So
you said what time?
Around 11:30, going on 12.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember this labor. So the first labor was about 5.5 hours. Cause remember they gave it to me at 8:45. So shortly after that, technically I was in labor. Whatever. So we're in the hospital all day, just playing, eating, just bored really. So by 8 o'clock, I tell my mom, cause my mom is tired, but she's not gonna leave. Like, she's not going to. So I'm like, okay, Mom, you go home, get you some rest. I'll call you and let you know when something happens. So basically, these 3 girls were still, they either hadn't been induced yet or they were induced, waiting on labor to come on. So I was playing the waiting game, and they like, but chances are, if you go home, my nurse, oh, she was the best. She was the best ever. She was like, I don't want to send you home because basically we're gonna have to start this process all the way over unless, you know, you just here, then we can just get you whenever we can. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So here's around 9 o'clock p.m. That's when Dr. Stan came, around 9. I'm estimating at this point. So around 9 o'clock, the doctor came in, and he like, he told the nurse what they were gonna do. So basically the nurse told me like, okay, he wants to do this OCT test, which is the oxytocin challenge test, basically to give me a little dose of the medicine to induce, which was Pitocin this time. And that's basically to see how me and the baby reacted to the medicine before they, like, you know, officially induced me. Like I said, my doctor knew what he was doing. He gave me that test because he knew I was gonna go in labor. So I got that around 10 something, going into 11 o'clock. By 11:50, or during the 11 o'clock hour, I was feeling like, you know, pain. I knew it was contractions. And so I had to pee. So I went to the bathroom, and I was like, oh no, I'm bleeding. And so I told the nurse, and she was like, yeah, that's just probably from your uterus is like, you know, you getting ready for labor, whatever, basically. So around 11:50, 11:55, something broke. But I didn't feel like water coming out of me or nothing. So I called my nurse like, and I know she probably thought it was funny. I was like, something just came out of me. So she came and checked, and then before she got in there, after I talked to her, before she got in there, I felt like my water, I'm like, yeah, my water just broke. So it was painful. It got more painful. Around that time, once my water broke, I called my mom. Or after the doctor came and checked me out, it was about 12:30, 12:27, I remember. I think I remember correctly. That's when I texted my mom, like, my water just broke. I'm 4 centimeters dilated, so, you know, you can come back. So my mom gets up there. I'm pretty sure I had back labor. My back was on fire. It was hurting so bad. But the doctor was saying basically my uterus or my cervix wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. So I'm like, okay, we wait. Dilating more. They keep checking me. I'm getting not irritated, but I'm in so much pain at this point. I didn't even think about pain meds. So I'm just, you know, hurting worse than with Cam. So I'm starting to feel sick and I got heartburn and everything. I ain't ate in a while, and usually when I didn't eat, after a while I did get heartburn. So I got heartburn and I'm feeling nauseous. I'm like, I need some Tums or something. So they're like, okay, we gotta get it clear with the pharmacist before we can send it up to you. So I'm already in like active labor. Like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, it hurts so bad. And she's like, oh, they finally cleared the Tums for you. Do you still want them? No, I don't. I'm not thinking about the heartburn at this point. I'm hurting. So, and then like I said, I was feeling sick. The heartburn usually made me feel sick, but you know, I never would vomit or whatever. So I started throwing up. I'm like, what is going on with me? Like, what's happening? So, you know, everybody's helping, got the fan on me, got me ice water and everything, and it was just much. But I don't know, I don't remember what happened. It was like such a short time.
You got irritated every time somebody gave you something.
Yeah.
If you wanted the fan, then you got irritated with the fan. Then you wanted a cold towel, then you got irritated with the cold towel. Then you wanted, what else was going? The ice water.
The water, yeah.
And then you don't want no water. Then you was throwing up the water. I'm like, wow, it's crazy.
It was crazy. It was so crazy. And so I had to move in a bunch of different positions because the baby was still kind of high. So they wanted her to come down some more before we can start pushing or whatever. So I think I'm at the right amount of centimeters. I think I'm at 10 centimeters. Mm-hmm. But my cervix is basically, can you use your hand to describe it?
The baby head was like this, and the cervix, but it was pressed up against the cervix. Yeah, the cervix was still kind of wrapped around her. So every time the baby would try to come out, it was just pushing the cervix instead of sliding over the cervix. Instead of the cervix moving out the way, the cervix was still right there, so she couldn't come forward or couldn't come out without the cervix. So we got ready, prepped and ready for labor. 2 different times.
Two different times? It was only 2?
Well, it was 3 different times because
the last time it
was not counting the
okay
time, yeah.
So we got prepped 2 times, and you know, they ripped the bed apart to get me in position, and both times we had to, he was waiting, then he was like, no, she's not ready. So I had back labor, like I said, yeah, and I was already ready. I wanted to push the baby out, but I couldn't, and so it was hurting so bad in my back. And then she was like, okay, let me know when you feel like you have to poop, because then that's, you know, you might be ready by then. That's what that feeling is. So I'm like, I feel like I gotta poop, I feel like I gotta poop. So she's like, okay, they set the table up, they set everything back up. He like, no, the cervix is still in the way. So while I'm up in the air ready to push, he like, don't push yet. So he's in there with his fingers trying to push the cervix like around the baby's head, around the baby's body, so that it'll be clear for her to come straight through. And that, I could just cry thinking about it. Like, I'm being dramatic, but it hurted so bad. And I didn't know what to do. I really didn't know, because I felt like I was going crazy. So he kept doing that every time they set the table up for me to have the baby. And so the last time, she's like, okay, let me know if you feel like you gotta poop. So a few seconds, I feel like I gotta poop. So they rush back in there, they get him dressed, they set the table up. And so this time he moved the cervix. He kept moving the cervix out the way, but he was letting me push this time. So I guess when she come out a little bit or whatever. So no idea how long I was pushing.
It was short.
It was short?
It was super short.
And I felt me contracted, and it was like, he would keep telling me like, don't push yet, don't push yet. But then the nurse would be like, if you feel like you gotta push, push. So I'm like, I feel like I gotta push. So I started pushing. I just started pushing whenever I felt like I had to. And so I remember the last contraction that I had, as soon as she came out, it was over. Like, all the pain was over. Like, it was just such a relief.
And that's the craziest part to me, because I didn't know that. I didn't know that it was like an instant relief.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
It was definitely instant when Lise came out. So instantly, I just felt so much better. And then I had to push the placenta out. I don't remember how that went, because I was fine.
That thing really slid out on its own, really. Like, for the most part.
Like, I was fine after she came out. It was a big relief. Oh my God. The contraction stopped just like that. It was so crazy to me. And so, yeah, I ripped again. Had 2 stitches again. Yeah. And this time, the stitches didn't bother me when I healed. It was everything else. Everything else. Breastfeeding her, my uterus was contracting back, and it felt like I was in labor again. I'm like, yeah, I didn't experience this the first time. And one thing that he said, he didn't know it stopped immediately. Like, all the things that you do during pregnancy, that stops instantly. I had no heartburn. When we got home, the things that I was eating while I was pregnant, didn't want it no more. And he had just re-upped. I'm like, I don't want that.
You have to get rid of everything.
So it was like everything changed instantly. It was so funny. But yeah, she came at 2:55 a.m. December 10th. Not December. September 10th. She was born 9/10/21 at 2:55 a.m. I'm sleepy. It's late. It's like 11 o'clock. But yeah, those are the stories of how we got these babies up out of me, and it was not easy. I'm like, my first labor, 5.5 hours. That's not long. I'm still a hard labor, and I'm like, I heard it's more intense. It hurts worse when they induce. That's why with Lise, I'm like, I don't want to get induced. It was gonna hurt like that. Ended up getting induced, and it hurt worse in those 3 hours. I said, I don't even want to think about another pregnancy right now. I'm good. I'm good right now. We can talk about this in 2023. But yeah, having 2 babies is great.
Yeah, for sure.
Toddler, she's gonna be 2 in a few weeks.
Potty trainer.
Yeah, she's basically potty trained.
She's basically potty trained.
The only accident she have is when she just being rebellious.
Or you know what? She doing better with company over. She used to be real bad with company over.
Yeah, when she have company, she won't go to the pod.
In public, she tells us she has to use the bathroom.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I mean, for the most part, she's potty trained.
So yeah.
It's been fun too. It was fun potty training, actually.
Yeah, it was.
It was quick.
It's not stressful with her. It's not stressful. I can't say what it will be like in the future, but it's not bad at all. Like,
it was quick.
I think parenting has been a breeze so far, and
I'm
very grateful.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Yeah, for sure.
You know, Cam was a calm, chill baby. She was silly. She was goofy. She was laid back, but she was more adventurous. Not necessarily bad, but adventurous. Lise is so chill. She's sleeping through the night, and she's 2 months. She's sleeping through the night.
Yeah, it's been love.
When she wake up, she don't scream and cry. She just suck her thumb until I get up. And I know that's one heck of a habit, but it's working for her. So why would I try to stop her? But yeah, she's exclusively breastfed like Cam was. Everything is going good so far. He said fingers crossed. I just pray that everything is okay. I won't say run smoothly because, you know, bumps happen, but
it's been love though so
far. It's been amazing.
So far it's been like we haven't had to like buy like a lot of toy. Like she gets stuff like when we go out, and like if she like really wants something, what I'm talking about. If she really like, she don't even gotta really want it. Like if she asks for it, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
But we haven't got to that kids are expensive part yet.
No, not yet. She's very helpful with the baby.
Very.
She's a little rough, but she means well.
Yeah, for sure.
And Lise thinks, like, she just smiles and laughs whenever Cam does the craziest things to her. I'm like, Lise, that's not funny. She'll just smile. But yeah, couldn't be happier.
Yeah, no, it's been a breeze so far. I mean, good luck to the other parents out there, but I'm not gonna lie, it's been borderline easy. I'm trying to avoid saying easy, but
yeah, some people get offended, but that's our experience. It hasn't been like too rough. It's easy for us to engage with the kids. It's easy for us to, you know, take time out to teach her things that she should know, and she's very smart. She's just a little sponge, of course. It's crazy.
So I gotta watch my mouth more.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the A word.
I cuss a lot, man, and I gotta monitor that some more, because I try not to say the real bad words on her, but she can't stop saying ass. She can't stop.
It's not even that she's saying it as a curse word. Like if I mention her butt, she'll say the A word instead. Like she knows what it is, and I'm like, no, don't say that. Where did you learn that? So
that's really like the only one she say. No, your dad said shit one time, and she was like, shit.
Did she?
Yeah, I'm like, no, baby, you can't say
that. And I tried to say the letter because she said the word before. I said, well, at least she's not saying H-knob. And then she said it, like the real word. I'm like, how did she know what that was? But it's funny, like, being around a 1-year-old all day, like, cause just the stuff she learns new stuff every day. It's crazy. I can't keep up, but.
And it's so funny because you don't even curse, like.
Yeah, I don't.
It's funny. It's funny. You literally don't curse, and she just be around here just saying these cuss words randomly, like.
And yeah, cause we do try and like limit the curse words that she hears. Of course, we can't control like other people's mouths, but
yeah, for sure.
She likes songs that are she probably shouldn't be listening to, but she likes R&B songs too. So we just play the non-explicit version to try and limit the amount of bad words she hears.
For sure.
But yeah, let's wrap this up because we could go on for days. It's so crazy. But do you have anything to say?
Nope, just that.
Because I know people are gonna wonder. So when y'all gonna have another one?
We'll think about it.
We'll talk about it. We can talk about it at the end of next year and start planning when we want to get pregnant again.
Yeah, I mean, what, next year, 2022.
I said we can start talking about it next year.
Yeah, at the end, like around this time next year. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
It's literally not a rush.
No, it's not.
We gonna enjoy the children that we got.
Yeah.
Right now, and just continue to watch them and get them the love and attention that they need. Mm-hmm. And yeah, but. I do want more kids. I don't know if she want more kids for real, but I do want more.
I do. I can, my body can use a break.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. You gotta have your break.
I think it's easier to just get them out the way, but I'm okay. I'm okay right now.
We gotta have us a little break. Yeah. But yeah, no. That's it. So, yeah, that's been the reason why we haven't recorded. Just enjoying our kids, man. So, that's all we got for today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, and share this video with everybody that you know.